and it was kind of weird. It was kind of weirdly done. But it was kind of cool at the same time because not a lot of games, let alone PlayStation 2 games, even had the idea to use that. But yeah, check out Sly 3. I'm going to get Sly 1 and 2 eventually. By the way, expect a gameplay of this pretty soon. I showed Thrillville Off the Rails. This is the original Thrillville. Pretty fun, made by LucasArts. Another game that was really promoted on TV. But this was kind of special because this was my first... my cousin had Roller Coaster Tycoon, but this had more to do with the actually making friends and interactive. And it was like you had your own coaster, so you can go into the park and actually go around and stuff. The thing that I didn't know at the time as an 8-year-old was that you actually have to make enough money, and there's a business, a thing that has to do with business in this game. And if you don't know, it's very important. If you're not making money in this game, you're never gonna beat this game. So you gotta figure out what people want, how many bathrooms are in the area, how many food areas, who are the drinks area, places with drinks and all that. And then it's you all ride on the coasters while With's doing all that. And it's just okay. And the fact that a lot of the people you talk to in this game when you try to interact are complete a-holes. I mean, seriously, try to talk to anybody in here in this game. Did they intentionally make all the people who are going to the coaster just straight up a-holes? Sorry, I had to check something. Anyway, they're complete a-holes, and it's you have a conversation about stuff, and it's they're just jerks. Did LucasArts and Frontier, who made this game, pick out, what kind of conversations do kids and people have? And it's did they go to the worst areas with the worst kids? It really made me hate this game, kind of. But other than that, it's pretty fun on its own, I guess. See, interactive. The mini games are pretty fun, and making your own coasters are pretty cool. They definitely got the idea from Roller Coaster Tycoon, obviously. And for some reason, I don't know why this is. Oh no. What is this? Oh, it's a control. Why is this here? Is this a missing page? No, it's just a little insert. And there's the disc. And there's advertising for Lego Star Wars too. Yeah, it's pretty fun as a whole, though. We got ESPN X Games skateboarding. Way, 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 way better game than the snowboarding game they had put out a year before. And the interesting part about this is that Bob Burnquist, of all people, was in this game, which is why he wasn't in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 that year. Because he was in this game. And it definitely feels like Tony Hawk. It doesn't play too much like Tony Hawk. It kind of does. And I say kind of, and yeah, there's Bob Burnquist right there. It's still pretty good, and if you like the Tony Hawk games, I could see you playing this for sure. It's probably the closest Konami's gotten to a skateboarding game that somewhat resembled Tony Hawk. Yeah, I wish there was more sequels, like a sequel to this game, but you know, it wasn't that popular. Everyone. Oh, also, Blue Disc, because of course. But yeah, everyone went to Tony Hawk, and ESPN, Konami was like, "Okay, we're done making sports games." I think they made a couple more after that, but they were pretty much done after that. But it's okay. Yes. Jackass the game, made by Red Mile. This was a game where you do a bunch of mini games that are similar to stuff they would do in the show. Unfortunately, Bam is not in this game because he was in contract with Neversoft and he was in the Tony Hawk games. But everyone else is pretty much in there for the most part. I mean, Aaron McGee, I think Aaron McGee, Johnny Knoxville, I know for sure, Ryan Dunn, Steve-O, and all the guys. I remember seeing the commercial, like this in a block or Hollywood video. I remember thinking, what kind of a game was that? Yeah, and I did eventually play it years later, and it's really, really fun. It's a bunch of mini games, and really, that's kind of what I think of a Jackass as a game. It's a bunch of mini games, and it's really hilarious. It could have been a little bit better. One question I have: why was some of this like language censored in the game? It's rated M for mature, or like the language in the game. Yeah, some of the language in the game was kind of censored, and some of the songs, which is really weird. It's M rated already. Why wouldn't they have? They probably didn't want to get an AO rating, probably, which I understand. Stupid property. I think that's hilarious. I thought about doing a gameplay of this, but everyone else has done way better gameplays than I could have ever done it, so. If anyone wants to see me do a gameplay of that game, let me know. We got Smuggler's Run. This is the original from 2000. Very fun, kind of entertaining kind of game. You know, you play as a bunch of smugglers and evade the U.S. border. Which, I mean, it's very un-PC if you really think about it nowadays. Compact disc, yeah. But, you know, I think there was also a sequel on the GameCube, which I never played. And this is a greatest hits title, which is even more funny to me. It's made by Rockstar as well. Did Rockstar like have a lot of like greatest hits games or something? I don't know. Once again, on Blue Disc. Rockstar had made a lot of Blue Discs. They had yet to become super rich after the GTA games. I mean, GTA 3 was on a Blue Disc, but or not, no, DVD disc. Monsters Inc. with a slightly faded cover. Not as good as Scream Team or Scream Arena. They made this kind of late. They were supposed to make this game in like 2001. It was supposed to be a early PlayStation 2 title, and they made Scream Team first, or Scream Arena first, and then this second, which I would have thought it would have been backwards. It would have made Scream Arena second, and this would be the first game. But it's okay, he just plays slowly, and it's kind of a mediocre platformer. It kind of follows the movie, kind of not. It's kind of like Shrek extra large. Speaking of Scream Team, there's an advertisement for that. I have that on PC. I don't have a PlayStation 1 yet, but I've been thinking about getting the PlayStation 1 version. Oh wait, was that John Lasseter? Yeah, it looked like John Lasseter. I don't think it was, though. Little card for PlayStation Underground, which unfortunately is no longer a thing. Hate to say. because everything's DLC. It's like, piss off. Oh, we got a hard game right here. Men in Black 2 Alien Escape. Alright, what to say about this game? It's hard. It's very, 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 very hard. And I don't even know why it's so hard. It's almost like unbeatable, which I initially thought it was unbeatable. If you play as J and K, if you play as K, you'll have a much better time. If you play as J, you're going to have an awful time. And I played as J in the beginning, and this was unbelievably super hard. It doesn't have much of a save system either, so you're kind of screwed. The GameCube version is actually pretty hard to find, too, which is weird, because it's not even that special of a game. It's really not. Yeah, Alien Escape. Unbelievably hard. I don't even know why they made it. Oh, I have that game. Dawn of Fate. But it's kind of fun. I still have yet to beat it, though. One of these days, I'm just going to sit down and just beat it. Now, here's a game that's really fun. Run Like Hell. Hunter be Hunted. This, what to me, is sort of what... It was like before RTX, and it was much better. You got to fight aliens. And the cool thing about this game is that it has an awesome soundtrack. I'm not even kidding. Breaking Benjamin is actually in this game. It's got Home and Polyamorous, I think, yeah. Which I heard that and I was like, oh my gosh, Breaking Benjamin's in the game. So that was kind of cool. There were a couple of parts that were pretty hard, puzzle-wise. Other than that, it's still very fun. And I was able to beat the game, no problem. Kind of intense, too, not gonna lie. And there's the disc. Definitely play this game. There's also a soundtrack that came out, which was really cool, too. Like the soundtrack. But I don't have that soundtrack. That had the Breaking Benjamin songs on it, too, which is weird, because they're already on the first album. Oh, here we go! War of the Monsters. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how many times I have played this game to freaking death. I used to rent this at Blockbuster freaking so many times. I was like one of the biggest renters of this game at my Blockbuster. Or, excuse me, Hollywood Video. Did I say Blockbuster? Excuse me, Hollywood Video. That's where I rented this. Hollywood Video. You get to play as a bunch of monsters, and you get to fight each other to the death. And it's one of the funnest games I've ever played in my life. There's so much interactivity with the areas. The combat's really solid. Everyone has their own special move. And, you know, some people are like, well, that's not really much of a story game, you know. It's like, it's not like any of the big ones, like Call of Duty. It's like, you know, I think it's better called than Call of Duty, honestly. And I beat this game 100%, and it was worth it. I heard if you have, like, another game, you can unlock a different custom character or something, but I have to look into that. I found this at an anime convention when I was like 15. And I was like, oh my gosh, I used to play this game like 3 years ago. Or a little longer than that at that point. Looks the Global Observer. And it even came with a huge poster. War of the Monsters. Oh my gosh, this game. I love it so much. Hey! No. That's my brother's birthday. He would have been 2. Yeah, I absolutely 100% recommend War of the Monsters. I actually think you can play it on PlayStation 4 and 5. If I remember correctly, you can play it on if you have PlayStation Plus. Alright. Batman the video game. Spent so many hours on this one. I never played Batman the video game 2, but I know that was really cool too. This is based on, of course, the first 3? I think it was the first 4 Batman films. So from Batman 1 up until Batman and Robin, I want to say. Which is kind of weird that they did a game based on Batman. No, maybe it was Batman Forever. Or the third Batman film. Whatever the one that had Val Kilmer in it. It's really fun. A lot of time that was spent on this game, of course. It definitely had a very 60s style to it, too, which I really liked. If you like the 60s Batman, too, you'll have some fun with this, too. Here's the manual, and there's the disc. I used to have it on PC. The PC version actually is surprisingly unbeatable. There's a part in the game where I was like trying to fight the penguin and it got stuck. And I thought it was my copy of the game, and it turns out the PC port was rushed, so they were never able to actually finish the game. So I got a broken game right out of the box. I was so pissed as a 10-year-old. Yeah, buy the console version. Way better. And it's actually beatable. Alright, got 2 more for this part. Got True Crime, Streets of LA. Not as good as True Crime, Fight for New York City, but I still like it. It was bought at Game Rush. Blockbuster. Remember Game Rush? This game also has a great soundtrack. Now, what's funny is that if you play, you can actually play as the main character in, what was it? Tony Hawk Pro Underground 2 as a extra character in the PC version. And it's only on the PC version. Which I couldn't... Sorry about the glare. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, very fun game. Boss battle was super hard, and there was actually a couple parts that were pretty hard. Like especially some of the driving missions. Wanted me to pull my hair out. There, hey, speaking of Tony Hawk, there's an advertiser for Underground, which I also have on PlayStation 2. Yeah, it was really good. It was like kind of like a GTA clone, but a pretty good GTA clone. And the last one I have for this part is Fight Club. If you out there watched any of my early gameplay videos, you know that this was actually the first gameplay video I ever did on my channel. And it's pretty good. Once again, this is another video game where Fred Durst, you can play as Fred Durst. No, and I even played as Fred Durst in the my gameplay. I did like a couple parts. It's actually a super fast game to beat. The only problem I have with it is that the enemies are blockaholics, and if you're not blocking in this game, you'll never win. So my advice to you, if you're gonna play this game and fight, block. That's all I have to say. I know it's its own story as well from the movie. think some of the voices reprised their roles. I think Meatloaf reprised his role. And I even reviewed this game too, now that I mention it. Because I was like, you know what, I'm going to review this game. Very fun game. Kind of brutal too, actually. That guy's black eye is bright. And I remember when I got this game at a game store, the main guy was like, he resurfaced it for me, and he was like, he loved the movie too, and he was like, Rule 1, don't talk about Fight Club. And, you know, he was a cool guy. I forgot his name, but he was a cool guy. Anyway, that's that part of the PlayStation 2 game collection. Hope you enjoyed. Stick around for more parts, because we are far from done from all the PlayStation 2 games I have, so stick around. Alright, thanks. Bye.